In the college football playoff. What do you think of that?
Uh, they did a pretty good job. They called me after and just talked about the game and just basically telling me they're not done. That's what everybody's head. That's where everybody's head is at for LSU. I wouldn't say they're number one though. I don't have a. I wouldn't say that, but they definitely called me after and told me they're not done. They're not. None of the players are. None of the players are done. That's where their head is at. If you saw the video, Joe Burrow was like, it kind of fit in the song. But Joe Burrow was like that. He was kind of mad after the game because he wants more. And that's what I got from it.
Do you communicate much with him at all?
Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
I've texted him a few times. Yeah.
What kind of guys? What does he give you advice? What does he tell you?
So I was there for what was it? 4 days. Over Thanksgiving, and I was with Joe Burrow a lot in the meeting rooms and things like that. And he's a great guy. He's about his business. He doesn't really he jokes around and things like that. And you can tell he has a chip on his shoulder. And you can see it when he plays. So. He's a really good guy. He texted me back a few times. I joked around with him one time because I got kind of like the same hit that he got in the game. Rakim actually hit me in St. John's game, and he got hit like that. I think it was Auburn maybe on the sideline, and I joked around with him and told him I got up faster than he did.
Has he mentioned that he's watched your film at all, just out of curiosity?
No, I don't think it. No.
Do you have a message for Coach Ensminger?
When we were on the call, me and my mom, because she was near me, when the coach said hello to her, we kind of, we sent our wishes to their family, and Coach E is a great guy, and we're sorry for that, and that's a tragedy, but.
Any visits coming up?
I don't have anything planned, nothing planned yet.
Caleb, you said they're not your number one. Do you have a number one?
No, not at all.
Are they the closest to being number one?
I wouldn't say that. I always think of this to myself. I feel like I'm Kawhi Leonard in the free agency. I'm not trying to say I'm Kawhi Leonard, but I'm saying in the yeah, okay. But yeah, I would say I'm like Kawhi in the free agency. Nobody really knows. I actually don't know yet.
In your head, how many schools are on that LSU level? Because they've clearly done a good job on it.
Yeah, they've done a good job. I don't know. Around some schools stopped talking to me. Some schools got commits. Some schools did all this other stuff and all of that. So I would say around seven schools that are heavily talking to me.
Who are they? What schools talk to you? It's like the SATs.
I would say LSU, obviously, because we just mentioned that. Georgia, Penn State talks to me, Clemson, Maryland, Oregon, if I didn't mention that.
That's six.
And who else talks to me? Those are probably the schools that recruit me the heaviest and talk to me the most.
Any new ones?
No.
With Rakim flipping,
Yep.
how much did that impact what you think about Maryland?
I kind of knew. I kind of felt like we talked, and he asked me what I felt about Maryland, so I kind of knew. So it wasn't surprising me, but what it impacted, it impacted a little bit. Coach Loxley being able to get a guy like him, I threw to him at the opening, so I know what type of guy he is receiver-wise. And I haven't played versus him defensive-wise, but I've played versus him as my team Gonzaga for the past 3 years now. So.
How important is their upcoming season going to be in their recruitment of you? Like, do they have to show a lot of progress on the field to be a real player for you?
Yeah. You can't. I dread losing. Absolutely dread losing. So I can't go to a losing program. So they gotta pick it up a little bit in the winning department. But I do like the coaches a lot and everything
When
like
you
that.
look at LSU and everything that happened with Damon Clowney, does that have any sort of impact with you?
I didn't really know him. I know he went to St. Francis. I know a bunch of guys at St. Francis, but I didn't really know him, so not really.
Just their handling of his.
Other handling of it, of the situation. I actually don't know how they handled the situation. I hope they handled it better, but better than what everybody else was putting out about how they just dropped him. That's what I heard, at least, how they just dropped him. But I believe they handled it better, and it doesn't really change anything for my recruiting.
What's George telling you these days?
I talk Georgia. They text me every day and things like that. They want me to be their guy. They want me to come in. They're all in. I actually talked to the Coach Coley 2 days ago, maybe 2 days ago, either yesterday or 2 days ago. We just talked. It wasn't even really about ball. It was just us talking. I have a good relationship with Coach Coley. So, yeah, but they do tell me that they're all in. They want me to be a dog. So,
How much of your interest in Georgia is tied to Coach Coley?
I like the coaches overall. Coach Coley's a great guy. I've been there a few times, and I wasn't earlier in my recruiting when Georgia offered me. I was not considering them because I didn't really like Coach Chaney. And then once he went to Tennessee, I opened up to them, and that's where it all started. So, and it kind of started with Coach Lanning and Coach Coley. So, those are my toughest.
I DM'd you the other day about Penn State's change at offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Have you looked into it?
I've not. I have not. To be honest with you, I've been just chilling because I had exams, and then I had this break, and I went to Florida to visit one of my friends. So I haven't looked into it yet. But I did text him. He texted me when he got the job and saying that he's looking forward to recruiting me and hopefully getting me to Penn State.
When something like that changes with the coordinator, how do you view that at Penn State?
I like Coach Ronnie. I liked him. I've known him since my freshman year. So he's been a big part of recruiting me at Penn State. But I also know Coach Franklin. I've known Coach Franklin longer than I've known Coach Ronnie. So, and I know a bunch of other guys on the Penn State coaching staff longer than I've known Coach Ronnie. So it doesn't really waver how I feel about Penn State.
Do you know anybody that's definitely getting officials? Have you started working on any of that yet?
Nah.
And what's your, and forgive me because I haven't interviewed you before, your decision time frame?
Before senior year, probably in a few months. I don't really have a.
You're thinking summer then?
Yeah, probably around spring, summer, before.
It's not too far off then.
Nah, it's not too
If
far.
you had to make a decision today, could you make it, or do you feel like you need?
Could not make it at all. Yeah.
Are you someone who wants to take his officials first and then decide, or do you want to make a decision and then take officials after?
Nah, I'm a guy. That's also another reason why I haven't committed. Is because I'm a guy. Once I'm committed, I'm committed. I'm not flipping. I'm not decommitting. My coach has instilled that in me since freshman year. That's the type of guy he is. He doesn't want anybody, to be committed to somewhere else and then decommitting. That doesn't. He kind of takes that upon himself. So he's instilled that in me. So that's why I'm taking this with cautious. That's why I'm being cautious about this whole thing because this is, the next 4 years, 3-4 years of my life, and be a big part.
So you want to take all of them before you decide?
Probably.
You're going to be pretty busy spring, summer coming up.
Yeah, it'd probably be pretty busy.
Caleb, how do you compare the good stuff you saw from LSU this year with a school like Georgia? It seems like LSU made opened your eyes a lot this year with the season they had. How do you compare what Georgia has and offers compared to what you see it out of LSU right now?
So I've watched LSU games. I've watched Georgia games and a bunch of other teams that I'm looking at, but I know that I have certain abilities, I believe, in myself that even though I'm in high school that Fromm doesn't have. Fromm, no offense to Fromm, Fromm's a wonderful guy, he's the smartest guy that I've seen. offensive-wise, but he can't move as much. So they don't do as much. But all offensive-wise, Georgia, they just got a bunch of recruits, a bunch of O-linemen, a bunch of wide receivers. The defense is Georgia's defense, and their offense can open up. I've seen them throw some bombs, even though they were missed a few times and things like that, or completed. I've seen them do it, so I believe that they can do it if they have the right guy. That they have the right guy, really.
Has Cole told you that you're the guy until you decide otherwise? Is he giving you that sort of?
The guy, as in, he's not gonna let another kid commit.
Like, take another quarterback?
He's not. Yeah. He's not. He's waiting. Is what he says he's gonna wait.
What other schools have done that?
LSU, Penn State, Maryland. I think that's those who told me specifically.
You mentioned Georgia's receivers. Did the receivers they add bring some lure that, hey, they are going to change things and open it up with the talent they brought in?
I mean, if you have that talent, I think you should open it up. They just got Jermaine. He flipped, and they also got fastest kid that won yesterday, Aaron Smith. They also got Rose Marcus, and they already have Pickens. So you have those type of guys, and you should definitely open it up.
Let's run through the other schools real quick. Clemson, they've done a great job recruiting quarterbacks, obviously.
Yeah, Clemson only. I think I'm the only offer still. They called me and said they'll probably offer another guy, but I am their only offer right now. So it's pretty.
They had a great game against
Ohio State.
Ohio State in the college football playoff. I can't remember anymore.
Yeah.
What do you see out of that offense that you feel like you can do so well, and really how do you feel like you could fit in there?
They pass. They pass a lot. They have T. Higgins, and they also have Justin Ross. Those guys are pretty magnificent wide receivers, being 6'5" and can run probably a 4.5. So
you haven't had a receiver
or 4.4. No, I haven't had a receiver like that, so that'd be pretty sweet.
Kids they signed last year might do better.
They pass a lot. They pass a lot.
What's your relationship like with Coach Sweeney? And they just lost Coach Scott.
Yeah.
Does that affect you at all? What's your relationship like with those guys?
No, it doesn't really affect me. Coach Sweeney's a great guy. He's a Christian, so that always adds to it. But it doesn't really affect me now.
How about Oregon?
Yeah. Oregon, Coach Cristobal. He's a great guy. He's genuine. I feel like they should have been ranked higher, but that's just me. I still talk to them. I text a few of the guys. I've texted a few of the commits or other recruits that they're looking at. Oregon, it's a great school. I'm looking into it, doing my research about it and other things like that. Coach Cristobal.
Any spring games that you would like to visit? I know you said you didn't have anything planned right now.
I haven't even thought about 2020.
You got
college
about a day.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
You
Yeah.
should just make it up.
Yeah.
It sounds like you don't really need visits anymore. You've seen it all.
No, I've been to the only place that I've been to once is Oregon. The other places I've been to twice or more. Penn State twice or more. Clemson I've been twice. Maryland I've been twice or more. Georgia I've been twice or more. Oregon's been the only place that I haven't been to more than once.
Caleb, have you ever had it in your head that this is my school and then it evolves and goes merry-go-round and changes? Have you ever thought you were there and then it breaks open again? Have you ever been close and then backed it up?
I thought I was close, but I think it was more of an impulsive thing. It was more of a emotional thing than me really researching. Researching the schools, the coaches, and other things like that. But I've been close, probably.
When did LSU get on you?
Jeez. like you said, it all kind of runs together now. LSU got on me sophomore year, definitely. They offered me, and then I guess they think they didn't really have a chance. And I think I contacted maybe Coach Munoz. I think I contacted somebody or something like that, and then they got on me hard, and it's been.
That's
You
like
said
late
this-
spring, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You said they thought they didn't have a chance, but did they say why they thought
No,
they didn't have a chance?
they didn't really say why. Like a few schools haven't offered me because they don't think they have a chance. But I mean, I don't. It's still a loss, I guess. You don't want to.
Have they said anything to you about them going out of state more often for recruits? We've noticed
No,
a
they
big
don't-
spike in it. You know,
They've been doing it a lot more recently, but they have so much talent in Louisiana that they don't really have to travel that far to go get the guys that they need to get to go win.
So they haven't mentioned like, hey, we're trying to expand more nationally.
No. They want to expand more nationally.
Oh, okay.
They do want to do that, but they haven't in the past because they have such good talent in Louisiana.
Let me ask you one last question about LSU. How much of your interest in them is tied to Coach Brady versus just the offense itself?
Coach Brady, I vibe with Coach Brady pretty well. He's a young coach, so he isn't one of those old coaches that are just so military like. You know, they got what they like, and that's what you're gonna do. He's open, so he's a really cool guy. But I like for the schools that I'm talking to or things like that. I like the schools and I like the coaches. I don't like just one coach for the school, because if he left, because everything's moving now. Every coach moves every year. Just look at Alabama the past 4 or 5 years. Offense coordinator changes every year. I think Tua's had 4 different offense coordinators, which is kind of absurd. But everybody moves, so I can't just be stuck to one coach. Because if he leaves, then what am I there for?
Which head coach plays the biggest role in your recruitment? Those are the guys that probably won't move around.
Plays the biggest. I don't know if I have one coach, but all of them play a pretty big role. All of them I'm looking at are pretty stable head coaches. They all have new contracts or the contract extensions and things like that right now. So I feel comfortable with all the places that I'm feeling.
Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
last one for me. We're
Thank you.
looking at how choosy, kind of picky Clemson is with its offers.
Yep.
And their attrition rates as far as guys in the program seem to be just almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you notice as a recruit about how they talk to you, how they feel you out, and kind of do your research on you compared to other schools? Like, how is their process different from your perspective?
They were probably one of the schools that talked to me the most but didn't offer me until a few months ago, I think it was. So you can tell by that, and I'm pretty sure I'm still the only quarterback with the Clemson offer in the 2021 right now. And Coach, he told me that they'll probably offer another one, but I am the only one right now. So that means, and I've been the only one for the past few months. So that means a little bit. And also, they're very cautious. Just look at the guys they've gotten past couple years: Sean, Trevor. Now they got DJ coming in. So they've been really cautious about who they pick and choose as their quarterback. And I mean, look what they've been the past couple years.
Do they ask you questions that other schools don't ask you, or do they talk to like family and friends or people associated with the other schools don't talk to? I'm just trying to figure out how they don't seem to miss. Like their research process, how is it different? 'Cause it's got to be different.
How they don't miss because the time that they take to figure out who they want is very thorough. Who the guys they offer, they're not just going to offer any old quarterback just to offer any old quarterback because Alabama offers this guy and I got to go offer him. They don't care. They'll offer who they want. It's their school, Coach Sweeney's program, and he's going to offer who he wants and who he thinks fits best with his program.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Caleb, just a couple more. One,
Stanford's out of it? Or I hear you mentioned Stanford. Stanford used to be a very big school for you.
Yeah, it used to be a very big school. I don't really know. I don't know how I feel about them anymore. I wouldn't say they're out of it, but they're not as strong.
Do you want to keep that the school you said that you were close to and you thought it was impulsive? What school was that? That you had to back off of?
I'll probably keep that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Coach Smart, what sort of impact does he have in your recruiting? What's his presence in your recruiting?
He recruits me. He's one of the recruiters. He'll always ask Coach Coley, get him on the phone or something like that, or text him, things like that. So he's a part of it. He's a big piece of it. Knowing that he cares and he wants me to be a dog.
Do you see yourself taking 5 officials and then making a decision? I don't know if it feels like that's what you might do.
I honestly don't know. Me and my dad have been talking this past month about what we're feeling, how many officials we're going to take. We're going to take all 5. We're going to take a few, or we're going to take 1 or 2, or if we're going to take 1, or if we're going to take none. We've been talking about it, trying to figure out what's the best plan.
Is it still what you guys are looking for with all your spreadsheets? Is it still the one that gets you most prepared to be an NFL #1 pick? Or has that evolved at all?
It's evolved a little bit because we kind of know. We kind of already used a spreadsheet, so we kind of know. So it's kind of based on the other things like how we're feeling about the school, how they're playing, how consistent they are every week, other things like that.
Did you ever get the Sour Patch Kids T-shirt?
Yeah.
They sent you one?
Yeah.
So they did. Huh?
Yeah,
That's
they
pretty
did.
cool.
It was pretty sweet, pretty cool.
Okay, always appreciate it.
No, thank
Can
you.
I get a picture?